you're not. You're
It's like, yo,
you're an American.
but we from Africa.
Who from Africa? I've never been to Africa.
But you're African. Your descendants is African, Dad.
But
You know how,
you know how far of a descent that is, though. That's
1900s,
and we've been here. We've been in America our whole life.
You think you just pure American,
bro? Yes, man.
Yo, what? What?
Yes.
What?
No, dude, no,
You don't,
man.
Yo.
No.
Yo, he's slow.
No, we're not African, man. No.
So what are we then? What are we? What am I?
American.
Dad? Yes, I was born in Portugal, Dad.
African American means you were born in Africa, and you moved to America.
What? You're black.
Okay.
What?
My grandma.
Yo, okay.
My grandmother was born 1910 in America. Her mother was born 1875 in America.
You know these fights that has been going on between black Americans? Too carefully.
Oh, that's the
1900s.
We talking.
That's not that far.
We weren't in Africa in the 1900s.
I mean 1800s.
Yeah,
It's still African descent. It's still African descent.
Right, but
just because you wasn't born in Africa, you're still an African descent.
All right, but my mom's father's Jamaican. Nana's dad's Jamaican.
That's still Africa.
No,
That's still Africa.
No, it's not. Jamaica and Africa is not the same.
Africans came to Jamaica, to the Caribbeans. Yes. Jamaica is basically Africa. It's just
no, it's not.
Yes, it is.
They don't even speak the same dialect.
I know. I'm talking about the race. Actually,
come on, man,
bro. I'm not. Obviously, I'm not. Yes, it's different culture and different language. I'm talking about the actual skin, the race. At the end of the day, we're all African.
But
yes, there's no but. There's no but. At the end of the day, we're all African. So, Dad, you think you don't got no African blood in you? Think you just pure American,
bro? Yes, man.
Yo, what? What?
Yes.
What?
No, dude, no,
you
man.
No.
Okay. Spicy topic nowadays. Spicy topic. So basically, this went viral. This went mega viral internationally for sure. So basically, just adding context for the audience. That's IShowSpeed, the world's biggest streamer, and his dad. They were basically having a conversation about race relations, and the dad was telling him that they're not African. He says he's American only. So y'all heard it. I've heard a bunch of different interesting takes on it, different interesting perspectives. I've been open-minded about it. And so I'm just anxious to start off with y'all thoughts and the people in the chat. So I'm going to pin the question in the chat. And so I'm going to start off with Steve. So Steve, first question is, do you think you are, do you believe you are of African descent in some way?
Yes, I believe I'm of African descent.
Okay.
And I love every part of it.
Okay.
My color, my melanin, everything that can come from anything that comes from me. But I feel like IShowSpeed dad wasn't intelligent enough to be speaking on this. And I'm going to just leave it at that. He kind of embarrassed his son with what he said and everything in aspect of that.
Okay. Okay, so Steve, so let me ask you this. How do you feel about Americans who are now, and I have to say now because it's the thing now. This is not old. This is something that's new, and I don't think nobody can deny it. How do you feel about foundational Black Americans who say that they are indigenous here and have no lineage connection to Africa? Because that's a little bit different. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, them people have issues and have been brainwashed. They need to bring insane asylums back for people that's fucking crazy. My bad. That's crazy, man. My bad.
Okay, so let me ask you this. So without putting them in an asylum, if there any other options you have, like, do you think there's any credence to it?
Man, you know, everybody got their own thing these days. You can say you a man when you a woman. You can say you a woman, you a man. You a him, you a her. You can do whatever these days. But when it comes to the realism, like the tenderism, you better be ready for what's really intact. And a lot of people don't be ready for that, my guy. That's it, man. I believe that.
Okay.
I love
Hey, that's some good shit. Okay. Hey, man. Listen.
Well.
All right. I'm gonna go down to King. King, same question. Do you consider yourself of African lineage?
That's kind of a hard answer. That's a weird answer because it's like I consider white people African lineage. So I have to say I'm African lineage. I consider all humans African lineage. All humans. There's not one human that isn't traceable to Africa. Not a one. So your question, I'd have to answer it like that.
Okay, so and that's a good question. And that's, you know, when I think about it, to me that answer ultimately proves the point. You know, it proves IShowSpeed and FBAs that believe that wrong. But let's break it down, right?
I don't agree with that part.
Well, okay, gotcha. So, Jay, what's your thoughts on it? Do you feel and or know that you are of African descent?
I mean, yeah, definitely. But I do feel the argument between IShowSpeed and his father, they were arguing two different points. His father was arguing his nationality. IShowSpeed was arguing his ethnicity. And that's where the problem was coming across. You know what I mean? Like we all recognize, the four of us, that we're of, you know, African descent. But if, you know, I'm born in Europe, you're born in China, our nationalities are different. And that's where I think they had a disconnect in their communication. You know what I'm saying? But I will say IShowSpeed was trying to communicate that to him in the correct way. But it seemed like his dad was like, this is my point. I ain't moving off it. Even if you make some sense, I ain't moving for what I'm saying right now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
That's the reason why I kind of said it was kind of the wrong person to be arguing with.
Yeah.
And with his part, when it's being IShowSpeed's show, I was like, he arguing with the wrong person. He wasn't intelligent enough to talk to him about what he was actually arguing about.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because it's you know, we want to, you know, with America, like United States, us up here, United States, you know, just from the factual history, even if we just skip all the way from the beginning of time, we skip to like just the 1619 or whatever, or slavery times or whatever in America. If we skip to that, even using the history we know, only 2% of African slaves came to the North America. 2%. But they still had another 98% of people here. Who were those people?
Yeah.
When we look at the stories, and I got pictures that are in my family, because I'm actually federally recognized Native American, federally recognized. And I have images and pictures of people in my family that got dreads that are dark as me, and they're wearing loincloths, because it's way back in the 1800s when they took these images. And then even the stories that are further back, these images, it's like there's still dark people that were here. And then also when you start thinking about like agriculture and just geographical places, you know, certain slave rebellions, and he knew where to go to, they knew where to run to, they knew to run to Florida to the Seminoles. How did they know that? if they're not from this wilderness? If they're not from this land, how did they know that? Who did they talk to know that? Who was here before the paleface got here?
Kane,
You know what I'm saying?
I got people in my family that actual Indians.
We
Real
all are.
Indians.
We all are, because we're a global.
You know what I'm saying? That's what I say. That's why all this, I'm like,
people,
there's so much that come into it.
I don't mean to cut y'all
the
off.
African melanated people are global people. We've been on all these lands. Yeah.
I don't mean to cut y'all off, but y'all don't feel weird saying Indian?
Huh?
Y'all don't feel weird saying that? I think
No, I don't feel weird saying those words.
I think it's more respectful. I think it's more respectful to say indigenous because the white man gave y'all that fucking name. They thought they landed in India.
I don't use Indian. I was respecting.
Okay.
I was respecting what Steve is because he's a man, and I was respecting what he
Okay.
said. A lot of
gotcha. Okay.
A lot of black folks that's in the South, they use the term. I got Indian. I got Indian in my family. They use that term, so it's a term of endearment for me. Before it's me and other cultures that we are educated, like you and me and Rock. Yeah, indigenous, native, the actual Akumel, Uncle Odom, the actual name of the tribe, Pima, whoever they are, those are more appropriate to say. Yes, but a lot of us don't know that technology, that education. We don't know that one, because that's what I feel like we as black folks in the wilderness of America. That's what I feel like we got cut off from. I think we got cut off from that little middle story of who we are and how we establish our nationality here on this land. And I believe that's what a lot of the FBA movement has started to delineate to try to see what it is. And yes, you're going to have the fringes of FBA that are just radical, that just want to cause fucking issues and problems between, because there still needs to be a handshake between motherland, Africa, and this over here. You know what I'm saying? There's still, because fuck, we look the same.
You know, the reason why I had to say that, because when I hear all this, right, and I look at that interview, I think the answer has just been exposed. I think the answer to the problem, or the discovery of the problem, has just been exposed just in this conversation we had in the last few minutes. Now, before I get into it, I want to say to Jay, no, I don't think they were having two conversations. I think that his dad truly feels that way wholeheartedly all around. I think his lack of ignorance is keeping him from realizing that he doesn't know how to separate nationality from, your ethnicity. But he meant that shit wholeheartedly. I'm listening to it. He didn't even have any, okay, let me hear you out. And what I saw is that what I saw in that is a part of the problem that I have with black folks in America, is that, we've been out, who we are has been changed forever, including Africa. Africa wasn't originally called Africa, right? And so for me, I think when we as people get caught up in these names, I think we do ourselves a disservice, because what that does is that means we're psychologically binding to being whoever we want. We're psychologically binding to whatever people choose to call us when they want to call us what they call us. You know what I'm saying? And then I say that because when I go to Africa, you want to know what them people look like? They look like my cousin, my auntie, my mama, my daddy, right? And I'm gonna add another caveat to this too. And I have way more non-black friends than a lot of niggas, especially where I'm from. Where I'm from, most of them niggas, the only white people they know is they co-workers. And you want to know what? Every white person that I've had some type of conversation with about their background, do you know they always tell you what country they dad or granddad from, they mom or grandma from? So if they've been here just as long as we have, of course, we've been here way longer. My point is 400 years is enough for you to argue and say, yeah, this is my shit. I'm a fucking American. But if if non-black people or Caucasians have enough fortitude to be able to say, hey, yeah, you know, my granddad's German and Slavic, you know, oh, my mom's Italian and blah, blah, blah. Why can't we just do that? Why we want to try to separate ourselves from, you know, who we clearly look like? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm gonna give you this too though. I just didn't go into deep to saying 50% Cherokee, this much, but you know what I'm saying? It goes that deep, but I just wasn't going that deep on it. Yeah. But you know what I'm saying? I know where my people come from, but I just say I love all of it because I know it all come from one, just like King said. Like, hey, everything come from Africa. It don't matter what pigmentation or any of that, but I just didn't go that deep.
Rock. Say that last part you said. That last part you said real quick again.
Which part of everything comes from stems from Africa?
No, Rock.
Which part, King?
I think you was asking a question. You said, "What's the problem?"
Well, it was rhetorical. It was it was rhetorical.
I get, but that's a good question because I think it's
No, it wasn't really a question though. But you can respond. But I wasn't really literally asking a question.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm gonna respond to it.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Go ahead, Jay.
I got a question, and I guess you could say I'm being devil's advocate with this. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just curious. You know, whatever state you're in now, right? Your parents were they originally from that state? The both of them? Like,
yeah.
Okay, grandparents.
Yeah.
So your grandparents are from Texas.
Yeah, both of them.
Mm-hmm. Both of them. Okay. So here's the way. So my kids are here in Texas, right? I'm from Minnesota, right? And this is a weird way to look at it, but like I don't expect because for my kids to be like, you know, hey, I'm from Texas, but my dad's from Minnesota, so I'm Minnesotan. Now that's a very light and very shallow way to explain it, right? Extremely.
Yeah,
so I understand it. I understand it. But what I'm saying is like
you need a better analogy, brother.
Shallow as hell, right? But the reason because I was thinking about like African Americans or not even Africans that are in Europe, European Africans. You know, like you know, people come here and they can say, "Hey, I'm from Germany, I'm from Poland, you know, I'm from this place, from that place," and they're here in America because they have like their lineage wasn't skewed when they got.
Can I jump in here?
Go ahead.
Can I jump in?
Mm-hmm.
I think it's more so like you say, oh, my granddad's from Germany, my dad's from Frank or from Wales or Scotland or whatever. I believe it's like also too the stuff that happened over here, that the downtrodden, beaten down and all that. And then once we did find out about Africa, the Africa that they told us about was like, you know, flies, big bellies, African booty scratcher, donate $20 and you can feed a whole bunch of kids. Nobody wants to be from that motherfucking shit.
Thank you.
And then at the same time, it's like it was put on as if us black folks, as if we started that propaganda as black folks. And it's like we didn't start that. We just more so like got to a point where we were helping African immigrants come into the United States in the 70s. And then it got to a point to where, like, I think in the mid 2000s, close to COVID time, is when we started seeing this delineation of, damn, they don't fuck with us, so we ain't gonna fuck with them. We still over here doing this. We got to keep it pushing. We seem to be, sorry if I'm getting stuck. We seem to be the peculiar, this is what they wrote in the Constitution, the peculiar race over here that seems to be creating democracy around the world. So it's like we have to keep pushing no matter what they doing, even though we are even being brainwashed too, because during the before the COVID and during COVID and now, Africa was fucking changing. They're fucking growing and turning into something that we didn't know, and they didn't even know what they were turning into, but they were turning, and we were turning into what we needed to because we needed to speak for self, but we didn't. I don't think we're doing it hard enough, and I think it was like a spark. And then it's back to what it was, nothing. Yeah. To where I do understand where Rock's coming from, that the pushback he gets probably in conversations, because, man, I'm probably one in a million that would talk like this with you.
Yeah, because I mean, at the end of the day, it's one of them things where we as a people, when it comes to this race or ethnicity thing, we're becoming a race of people who we've gotten so convinced to psychologically hate ourselves to where when we think of Africa, we now don't want to be associated with it because it seems bad. Two, another thing is that it also comes around to denial. It's hard for us to accept that, you know, we have an identity crisis. We see it every day amongst our people, in our neighborhoods, in Hollywood. We see it in every realm of Black culture. We have an identity crisis.
But look at what the whites romanticize when they talk about Germany and all that. They're romanticizing either the 30s, the 19th, or they're romanticizing the early 1400s when they had kings and queens and shit around.
I can't agree with that, because white people have no problem saying they come. Oh yeah, my granddad, he was a poor Irish
yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying they have a problem with it. I'm saying I'm saying they had the proper marketing for them to do that. Like, we have kings and queens in Africa too. Queen Nzinga for 60 years held off the Portuguese army from taking the slave. We have queen, but they're not presented like Game of Thrones. Exactly. They're not presented like Sir Lancelot and Excalibur and all those stories that they grew up with as a child and then grew up. Oh yeah, dad was Irish. Oh yeah, dad was a Scot. You know, shit. Oh yeah, dad was a Igbo. Dad was a Ghanaian. He was Benin.
But I still have to hold Black people accountable for it. We gotta. We still gotta hold niggas accountable for it, because how many times we gonna keep allowing? Like, okay, all I'm saying is, we've gotten sold propaganda for 100 fucking years, and we steady buying it.
And making new propaganda.
Now we're creating it, like you said. We're creating a new propaganda.
Can I ask you guys a question?
Yeah.
All right. And this is going off my personal experience, but have you ever heard like a person from France, right? Like a white person from France, like go up to like another white person in America with like a French lineage, be like, "You're not a real French person"? Does that sound like something that would be said? Nope. Being back home where I'm from, you know what I'm saying? We have, and it's playing out in the news today, the highest Somalian density. We had the highest Asian density and extremely high African density. Liberians, things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? You know how many times they used to come up to me when I was growing up? Oh, you're not a real nigga. You're not a real Black person because I'm not from there. You know what I'm saying? Like those, and to me, luckily, I'm the type of person, I'm able to see through shit like that. But with some people, it changes your perspective. Now, this is in the 1990s. You know what I'm saying? Here in America, we have we're commercialized. Our race is commercialized here to the other people, to be, you know what I mean? For not the other people, you know, people back home in Africa where we are descendants, but that's how they look at us. So I personally feel there's always a divide between the two because of that. We want to be able to be like, hey, this is our lineage or whatnot, and they don't see it that way because they see us as commercialized.
And I'm gonna tell you,
and we are to a certain extent.
Yeah, and I'm gonna add to that too, right? That stems from the same thing that we as Blacks experienced here is the same thing that happened in Africa too. So you have nations like Somalia, or parts of Morocco, parts of Egypt, where they'll fucking tell you they not Africans. And you look at them bastards like they're retarded. But that happened because religion did that to them. And so if you go to Somalia, they'll tell you, I'm not Black, I am a Somalian Muslim. You go to Morocco, parts of there, they're gonna say, I am a Moroccan Muslim. And so religion had a lot to do with that as well.
And colonialism had a lot to do with that as well, because they're gonna lean towards a pale face more. They're gonna lean towards a brown face over there with them.
Well, I don't know, man. Muslim has a way greater, just as a greater. I'm talking about in those particular countries.
I'm talking about Somaliland. I'm talking about Puntland, Somaliland, and
Christians, bro. A Christian wouldn't survive 3 days in Somalia. Do you know about Somalia? That's 100% Muslim. You can't live in Somalia.
I didn't mention Christians. I didn't say Christians at all.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna say, boy, you laying off. As soon as you get off that plane and they see a cross or a Bible, they finna hang you.
Yeah, no, I didn't mention Christian, nothing like that.
Okay, yeah. But I feel you though, man. Yeah, I just think Black people need to tighten it up. And you know, it's crazy because again, lately with a lot of these debates, I've been getting caught up in the middle, right? Because like it's like I agree with something on this side and I agree with something on this own side, but I also would disagree with something on that side or that side. So, like, for example, what I do agree with the FBAs is, okay, yeah, we are foundational. We are. We were here first. Can you take that away? We was in Canada first. We was everywhere first. But I don't even want to take it to the history of mankind. I mean, if you just look at it the past 600 years, we were still everywhere first. You know what I mean? You got to remember, a large part of this world was just discovered 600 years ago. You know what I'm saying? And so I still agree, you know, that we are indigenous. You know what I'm saying? I think we can be both indigenous and of African descent. Why we can't be both? You know what I mean?
I guess because it kind of tramples on people's culture that has been created within those 500 years. I think that's why.
Yeah. And you know what? I'm glad you said that. I'm glad you said that, King, because the thing is that, man, and I'm taking this away from hip-hop culture, right? Because hip-hop culture, that's more of a business. That's one of the most business prioritized cultures, right? But I'm talking about as far as this culture and as far as from a humanistic point of view. Culture is made to give away. It's made for people to accept. It's made to share, right? And so I have no problem, like when people trip with Bruno Mars. I don't have a problem with Bruno Mars. I can't be mad at them. Man, you'll be amazed how many people got a problem with Bruno Mars, bro, and talking about he cultural appropriate black music. Man, what? People say the man ain't black and everything. Man, shit, Google that shit. It's crazy. Just like people, bro, just like people sit here and say Drake ain't black and his daddy black as this goddamn the black on this damn pole. But it just goes to show you, kinfolk, it just, that's why I say the problem is us. We have an identity crisis as a whole. We have an identity crisis, bro. You know what I'm saying? And then again, like you got to think, I'm light-skinned, right? Bro, I can't explain to you. I've received more likes. I've received more shadism from my people than I've received racism from white people. It's facts. And I have to say that. But it's the truth. I've received more shadism, which is typically basically a shade form of racism, from my own people than racism from white people, bro.
Yeah. Colorism is real. Shadism is real. It's real. And people just kind of like, especially in our culture, they kind of like look at it like lightly, like a joke. And I think it's a thin line to play, but I think it's you got to be careful on it. You know what I'm saying? That's all. I'm just agreeing with you. Yeah.
But why does like shadism like really like growing up, right? When I was growing up, everybody thought my mom was white. She ain't. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, everybody thought she was white. You know what I mean? Like, and maybe it's just my mentality on things. Just like I remember a few years ago, I went into a gas station back home, and I was a little bit smarter. And the dude thought I was from like Brazil or something. You know what I'm saying? And my thing is, I'm like, to me personally, I get it. You know what I'm saying? Like, especially if I get the shadism, you know what I'm saying, treating people a certain way and things like that. But it's like people put so much emphasis on certain things. Like if you let's say you like black women, but you like dark-skinned black women, or you like light-skinned black women. You know what I'm saying? It's like we're sitting up here trying to fight the hurdles that we're talking about now, but we still choose to give a damn about little stuff as far as it's like, dude, if somebody don't like you because you're light-skinned or this person dark-skinned or I'm whatever the hell, it's like, all right, it doesn't really matter. You know what I'm saying? Like, but we get hung up on this other stuff, and it's like we creating hurdles leading to other stuff. You know what I mean? Like, exactly. I just personally with the shadism thing, haven't gone through it.
It
I
was
just started
protection.
being like, you know what, like this is something like, you know what I'm saying? Like, why give it attention? I know it sucks. I've been through it, but it's like, fuck it, let's keep it moving. We got
Well,
other shit.
well, I agree with you. It's no different than racism. You don't give it attention, but if it comes to you, sometimes you have to address it. You see what I'm saying? And so my whole point is that, you know, I mean, come on, man, let's be real. You hear you hear it. Oh, light-skinned niggas can't fight. Light-skinned niggas sassy. Light-skinned niggas this. You know, I all my life, people automatically assume that I was mixed. People used to automatically assume that one of my parents was white. And I'm like, nah, I'm mixed with black, motherfucker. Black. You know what I'm talking about? Now, I'm quite sure it's possible that somewhere down the line we were, you know, because of slavery and racism and all that stuff. But other than that, I am a black man. And you want to know what's crazy about it? And this is another thing that one of the things that you learn when you go overseas. When I went there, not one African person looked at me as something other than black. I'm black. They don't look at you and say, "Oh, you light man." You are black to them, because you want to know why? They have more of an understanding of their lineage and their race than we do. They understand that black Africans come in all colors on, boy. But we ignorant to that. So when we see this, we see damage.
Yeah.
We see slavery. We see rape. You see what I'm saying? We see plantation owner, housemaid. And that's why I say we gotta grow out this funk, man, because we're fucked up.
Yeah,
what's
man.
Up, Big Green?
What's up, man? How y'all doing?
Man, man, yeah, it's deep, man. Because I did a lot of research in this because I'm, you know, I know you guys know me as with Hugh Wood, the series, but that's not my first series that I wrote. And my first series I wrote called Thick as Blood, so Western. And my Western is touching on a lot of these things because it's basically the premise is a circle within a circle, like, you know, the Kings, and you got all these different clubs. And they had a club called the Lynx. And there was a female club called the Lynx, and they had a club called the Blue Vein Club, which is that basically the Lynx, you had to be a light-skinned, very, very beautiful woman. Pretty much you probably was half black, half white because you were, you know, raped and made by slave master and all that stuff. But in these Western towns, when they started making these brothels, they had these different groups and stuff like that. And the Blue Vein Club was like, if your veins were able to be seen through your skin blue, you were able to be in this club because it was a kind of like a protection and a social elite thing to preserve your DNA for the future. Who's gonna have the, you know, the most houses, money, and all that kind of access to it was the lighter skin type of person. And you see that around the world, this caste system around the world, people doing that. And man, yeah. So I don't know how we get away from that or whatever. I don't know if that's ever gonna go. But at the same time, it is crazy. It's deep.
Yeah, I think from what I'm seeing, and then you got people like IShowSpeed who then accidentally, unintentionally became a huge political figure in the middle of this possible war-ridden world. These youngsters, they waking up, bro. They're waking up. You know, we got to let the lost be lost, but we got to give credit to the ones that are not lost. They are doing a good job. You know what I'm saying? And I'm proud of those youths. You know what I'm saying? Because I know we give a lot of attention to the YNs, but we got to give some props to those young black men and women that are waking up and they're standing up and they're and also, I don't know if I told you this, I had checked passport requests to Africa has went up like 15% since IShowSpeed did his African tour. That says a lot. That's a beautiful fucking thing, bro. Like they like, man, ain't shit wrong with Africa. No, let's go. Yeah.
All right, man.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I just want to say one thing too, because you know, I got pride for my land. You know what I'm saying? America, I do got pride for my land. And it's like you don't want to get tricked out of a position either. This is our shit over here too. You know what I'm saying? You can own some shit over in Africa, but this is our shit over here too.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Don't let them, you know, go back to Africa. You know, yo, go back to motherfucking wherever. We don't even know where you come from.
I ain't
You know,
even come from Africa.
can't say Europe because Europe really ain't even a continent. It's just, you know,
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. And you further prove my point, King. It's like this just goes to show you just how gang culture, political gang culture as well, done just got it to where Black people are forced to feel like they have to totally choose a side instead of just choosing what they think is right, because it's usually what's in the middle of the cake that determines if the cake is good, man. Not this side of the bun cake, not that side of the bun cake, not the top of the bun cake, not the bottom. If the middle is shit, who gives a fuck about what side of the goddamn bun cake? You know what I'm saying? Both two things can be true. You know what I'm saying? You know? Because I damn sure ain't running away from America. I can have two places. I can have multiple places in multiple places. Shit, everybody else do.
Yeah.
Shit. Hey, I got 5 houses. Shit, Floyd got houses everywhere. Shit, Muhammad Ali had a house in Africa and out here. You get me? What Ludacris got a mansion in Ghana in here? He's a dual citizen. What the fuck? Hell, most white people are dual citizens. Most white people have passports to other countries too. So, you know, I think Black people, we need to stop whining.
Yeah, we need to open up. We need to let go. Open up.
We so caught up in these emotional wins and these emotional labels. Like, I don't give a fuck what I am, nigga. I'm human, motherfucker. I'm just dark. You know?
Right.
Yeah, when it comes to that, people just want to ride that wave.
Thank you. It's a popular thing.
Wave.
That's all the FBA is. It's a trend. And dumbass niggas, we love jumping on fucking trends, bro. It's a trend.
People don't want to have their own mind when it comes to certain things, you know.
Yep.
When it comes to that, especially, like somebody tell me go back to Africa, bitch, I ain't never been to Africa. I don't know nothing about no Africa. I know about the United States.
Hold on, King.
I think
Green.
I'm just speaking on what y'all talking about.
Hold on, King. Green. But see, here's where I have a problem with what you said, right?
No, I'm just saying my opinion on what you're saying.
No, hear me out.
I
don't disagree with you. I agree with you. But here's the problem with what you said. The problem is I want niggas to have the same energy and be able to oppositely say, don't tell me not to go to Africa.
Yeah, I got my passport. I go to.
That's all I'm saying.
I go everywhere where I want. But going back to Africa to live, nigga, I have never been there. I am not going there to stay. I am going to visit and come back home.
You fucking shit up, Green. That ain't the point.
I'm just playing. I'm just saying.
I'm just saying. But look,
nah, I don't. Because here's why. Because all I'm saying is.
Just here, King. I don't know what happened. I don't know what y'all was talking about.
See, but here's what I'm saying. Just we gotta have the same energy when it comes to staying somewhere else in them white folk countries too, though. Because I can't tell you, I can't explain to you how quick niggas is to go to London, UK, Amsterdam, and all them places. Do you know Amsterdam is top 5 on the motherfucking thing list for kidnappings? But a motherfucker want to go to Amsterdam and get high. As soon as your bitch ass get high, you're gonna be kidnapped.
You're gonna be high and gone, huh?
That's all I'm saying. I'm saying, King.
Yeah, I just learned that today. I didn't know nobody was kidnapping in Amsterdam after you get high.
Yeah, but we don't. I get what you're saying, because I get what you're saying, but we don't have to say that the FBAs are crazy. That's a trend. It's not a trend. It's actually in the lexicon of things going on. People are actually delineating. I think the fringes of the bullshit of the radical stuff that they want to do. That's a fucking trend. That tether shit. That's a trend. That's bullshit.
But here's the thing, though, King. Here's why I say it's a trend, because I see it ending soon, and I don't know what soon is. That could be 5 years, 2 years. Here's why. Because the leader is the fucking problem. I was supporting that shit.
There's no leader.
To me, it is a leader. To me, shit.
There's no leader.
What? I mean,
you guys needed to be a leader, but there's no leader.
No. I'm not saying that. I mean, but come on, man. Everybody knows that. Didn't nobody ever hear about that shit until Tariq Nasheed?
That's it. That's all. That's as far as it goes, too.
So that's what I'm saying. So to me, he's the leader.
He's not the leader, but that's as far as it goes. As far as it's like
well,
where the word came from.
But
as far
he
as now how it's being
ran,
used
though.
and pushed out, it's past that guy. It's past.
Oh yeah, it's past him. Yeah, it then became a thing of its own. But I'm saying I have to hold him accountable because he's the one who largely invested in it. He's the one who promoted it more than any other human I ever seen in America. When I think FBA,
but you got to promote everything.
Comes in my mind.
You got to promote everything he said, though. He even said he's not the leader. There's no leader in it. It's about
no.
He even said that. That's his own words. You have to. You say you're saying everything he said. You got to say everything he's saying.
Okay, well, let me give you an example. It doesn't matter that Steve Jobs didn't end up being the CEO of Apple. I don't give a fuck. When you think of Apple, you're going to think of Steve Jobs. You're going to see his face. It's nothing you can do about it. That's all I'm saying.
You think about the history of Steve of Apple and coming up. Yes, you think about that. But when I go think about
that's all I'm
iPhone,
saying.
When I think about Apple and when I see a lot of y'all motherfuckers with the green goddamn bubbles and shit, I'm like, fuck. I don't think about Steve Jobs, but I think about fuck. They don't have a fucking iPhone. So I don't think about Steve Jobs,
just saying.
About iPhone.
But I'm just saying, bro, it's hard to detach the face of something to it. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. It's hard for me to think of the NOI and not see Louis Farrakhan's face. You know what I'm saying? That's all.
Yeah, in that kind of sense, but it's still the NOI is like that's a particular organization. The FBA is not an organization. It's not an organization. Yeah, that would be the difference. If Tariq said, "Hey, we're starting an organization, and I'm the CEO, president, I got a board," then that's a different thing.
I'm not debating on you about the leader.
He put a term on something that people are already kind of feeling.
But I'm not arguing you about that. I'm not debating about the leader. That's why I said I'm not debating that. I get what you're saying. All I'm saying is you cannot wash his face out of my mind when I think of it. He is the loudest. He was the loudest voice for it.
Yeah, no, I didn't want to do it. I just wanted to make sure we don't let the others, people that are watching, think that he's the leader when he's not the fucking leader.
Yeah, and
that's what we mess up on a lot of things we have going on.
I think one of the things we mess up on is that we constantly trying to start new goddamn divisions of shit, and division is division. I think we have too many divisions. To be honest with you.
That's what I think we need to start seeing, that someone actually started something that's trying to create something that won't have a division, because you could be NOI and still FBA. You could be Israelite and still be FBA. You could be Christian and still be FBA. You could be Methodist and still be FBA. You could be atheist and be FBA. It's just saying, giving people here, because for one, like
that's what I'm saying. I think that's part of the problem. I don't think that's helping it. We got 1,000 goddamn black organizations because all it does, because
not helping it though.
Because black people as a whole in this culture, we have a divided mindset, and we feel like we have to be a part of. Listen. Most of us do not want to be a part of. Let me hear me out. Most of us do not want to be a part of something if we don't feel we have some type of say so in the matter. No, I said it before. The problem ain't that we don't have leaders. We don't have enough followers. We don't have good followers.
But you got to teach and groom somewhere. And I believe a lot of the foundational common ground teaching is coming from this conversation of foundational Black American. Who are we over here? Who are we over here?
I don't think it's gonna work, bro. For example,
that's like me saying I don't think it's gonna work in Africa. That's like me saying I don't think that's gonna work, because
you have a right to your perspective.
They still got tribalism over there. They still can't figure their shit out.
You got a right to your perspective.
Somalia is fucked up the way it's fucked up right now.
But I'm talking about America. That's a whole nother conversation. I'm talking about what I do know.
It's not a whole
because over there it could be totally different.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. But at least we've been here 30, 40 years. So we got way more.
Yeah, but we don't have that experience over there in Africa, because they tribes probably run deep with each other.
We don't have an experience like them to even really.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. They tribes probably more loyal within their tribe.
Exactly.
When over here in America, our tribes, people that we run with, will turn on each other in a minute. But over there, they gonna run with each other. They gonna gang with each other.
No. We're talking about geopolitical politics.
But I'm just saying, like over here, we got that mindset that. Just hear me out.
Whoa. This is the
you
actual,
cannot compare.
you
cannot
I'm just
compare
saying. I'm
this
just saying.
organization of Africans to niggas.
Nigga can't even
Nigga,
talk.
we the worst motherfucking group of niggas.
I won't compare us to no Africans because them Africans get over here and look at us with the side eye.
Y'all both got the word all fucked up.
I've chilled with a bunch of them at the airport, bro. They look at us with the
Jay,
side eye. They look at us like we weird.
Reunions, nigga. We don't even have family reunions no more.
Hold on.
Not no more. I don't remember the last time I went to one.
You compare them to us.
Hold on real quick. Let me say something.
It is crazy.
I'm gonna hear y'all. Just go ahead.
Damn, nigga, still motherfucking talking.
Nigga,
when I said tribalism, when I said, goddamn, nigga still fucking talking shit. Nigga still.
Let him talk, kid. Hey, let King talk, man.
When I said fucking tribalism, this is a geopolitical fucking term that they're using for these people. They're fighting amongst each other. I'm not saying they don't have tight tribes. They obviously got tight ass tribes because the tight ass tribe is killing another tight ass fucking tribe and telling them no. That's why they can't get their country together. The reason why I brought that up and why it correlates is because we're sitting here saying that black folks can't be on comic because we have tribalism, gangs and shit and separations and divisions between us. So to have some kind of conversation of foundational black American of what we can be, that we all can be that no matter what walk or whatever you are, that's there. So that's why I brought it up because we have tribalism here and they're still dealing with tribalism over there in their situations too. So that doesn't mean that they can't fix it. It doesn't mean that they're not doing better. That doesn't mean we can't fix it.
Can I say something on that? Can I say something on that?
Tribalism.
Can I say something on that? Can I speak up on that one? Can I speak up on that one? I know a little bit about that one.
Political fact about any of those countries over there and why
I honestly feel like
it's gonna take 60 years for them to get to where they need to be at.
But fam, listen, I honestly feel like it's a different level of tribalism from Africa to us, man, because we don't have no kind of like
you got tribalism, nigga. You got the NOI, you got the Hebrew Israelites.
It's different levels. It's different levels over there to here, bro. We gotta actually be there to realize what they got going on.
They can't agree on
make this shit up, bro.
So y'all.
I'm not gonna argue what I know.
Y'all telling you get all black.
You and Big Green can go in. I ain't finna argue with you about what
I ain't arguing. I ain't finna. There's no debate with me. I don't give a fuck.
You can get all black people in one room and they're going to agree on what they are in America. That's what you're saying.
Look, fam, I agree. I don't give a fuck about none of that shit.
I'm asking Rock.
But
I ain't talking to you, Green. I'm asking Rock.
I'm not finna argue with this nigga, man. I'm gonna wait till y'all finish so we can go to the next one. Nigga, the fact that you tried to compare tribalism to niggas is insane.
Don't have tribalism in America. If we don't have tribalism in America, can we get every black person in America in a room and agree on one thing?
We don't even stick together enough to even be a tribe, motherfucker.
Look, man, when it come down to my company, I got more other races than black people that buy from me, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
No, this nigga not proving nothing. He proving me right. Tribalism is these niggas is centuries of families and shit together.
These niggas, only the niggas talk down on products, and the other people talk happy about it. But niggas ain't gonna stick together for shit out here in America, bro.
Geopolitical news about your countries, man.
The point I'm getting at is America niggas ain't giving a fuck about no niggas. They giving a fuck about the white people that's buying shit and charging them more prices than the niggas.
Individualists.
Yeah,
point blank.
Exactly. I agree with that. Like, I can totally agree with that. And I'm not just saying that shit because Rock my partner. It's just I agree with that shit because niggas ain't gonna agree upon shit in America. Like right now, we ain't agreeing upon niggas in Africa that we don't even know about, ain't never talked about, ain't never seen and lived with. We can't agree upon that. So how the fuck we gonna agree upon?
Let me give you an example. Let me give you an example of why you couldn't.
They can't agree over there either.
They can't, but they at least live together and they eat together.
They can't.
What fucking talking about?
They gonna hunt together and they gonna live their life together.
I'm gonna give you a good example. Let me tell you something.
I'm just trying to make this shit interesting.
Let me give an example. Hold on. Let me give an example.
I ain't never been over there like that. I've been to Asia once.
Let me give an example. In the black community, if somebody steal breaking Big Green car,
I'm gonna bust their head open. I'm just saying.
Do you fucking let me finish?
If somebody don't listen to me, just keep going.
But let me cook. If somebody breaking Big Green car, in a black neighborhood, right? And say the neighbors come outside for work, they see him there, the police there, da 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 da. 9 times out of 10, 8 times out of 10, they ain't gonna give a fuck, ain't gonna ask, or not gonna care, ain't gonna do shit about it. If a motherfucker breaking a motherfucker car in Africa, I'm gonna specifically say Nigeria, nigga, they gonna find the fuck out. And if they don't beat your ass, they're gonna actually take you to the jailhouse. Do not compare African tribalism to no motherfucking hood nigga shit. Because we don't give a fuck about our neighbor, nigga.
I seen the video proof. They were slapping the shit out this motherfucker.
Come on, man.
I seen that.
What you talking about?